Hey everybody. Oh, I look really pale. Today I'm going to talk about pet diabetes because November is Pet Diabetes Month. Most of you already know what diabetes is because either someone in your family has it or one of your children has it, but one type is more prevalent in people and cats, and the other type is more prevalent in dogs. So I'm going to go over the two types, what it is, and the rates of how they've increased. So, diabetes type 1 is when your pancreas fails to produce insulin properly. This isn't caused by the diet, but it can be greatly improved by the diet. Obviously, changing the amount of sugar in the diet is really important because it can help manage the insulin levels in your dog. This is the one that's more prevalent in dogs. So if your dog does have diabetes, it's probably type 1. Signs of this are increased drinking and urination, increased hunger, a weight loss, vomiting, weakness, and fatigue. There are some risk factors, including autoimmunity conditions. Some breeds are more prone to diabetes than others. I think a few were Golden Retriever, Boxer, maybe? Don't remember, it was quite a big list. Genetically modified organisms, if they're fed chemically laden foods, if they have high inflammation responses, metabolic syndromes, if they're overweight, if they have pancreatitis, if they have vaccinosis from toxins, things like that, or their diet. Now, in case you don't know what insulin is, I'm going to show you a little picture that explains why it's so important. And the pancreas creates insulin and glucagon, which are the two hormones. One raises the blood sugar levels and the other lowers blood sugar levels, which is what I remember from grade 12 bio and a little bit of biochem. But basically, this is a picture, if you can see it, that I posted in the post today before I did the video. So if you go back and look at it, it's saying that for glucose, which is the sugar, the body's energy, to get into the cells, it has to have insulin. The insulin is the key that unlocks the channel that allows the glucose to go into the cells. So if the body in type 1 does not produce insulin properly, then the cells are not receptive to the glucose and the blood sugar levels are therefore much higher because it's not getting into the cells and it's staying in the blood. So that's type 1. Type 2 is typically due to obesity, which is a high carbohydrate intake, and this is the type that's more prevalent in people and cats. It's also when the body becomes resistant to insulin, because there's too much sugar. So if there's too much sugar in the body, the blood cells, if I show you the picture again, the little yellow thing is insulin, and if it's not present or doesn't unlock the cell to allow the glucose in, then that's what results in such a high blood sugar in the bloodstream, basically. 90% of diabetes is type 2, and this is, again, the type that's prevalent in humans and cats. The concern is that diabetes mellitus has shown a 32% increase in dogs and a 16% increase in cats from 2006 to 2011, and the numbers have just gone up from there. In between 2009 and 2010, there was a 106% increase in pet insurance claims for diabetes. So those that have to give their pets regular medication to help balance their insulin levels, 106% increase in claims for pet diabetes. It is a lifetime condition, and with the right diet at a younger age and breeds that are more prone to diabetes, you can actually prevent or delay the onset of diabetes, because right now it's about 1 in 300 dogs for type 2 that are likely to get diabetes, which if you think about it, even in a small town, that's 2, 3, 4 dogs, because a lot of them, it's more common than we think, just like autism rates and other basic biological conditions. A lot of these are increasing in rates that we don't understand, but a lot of it is caused, in this case, by diet. Hello to whoever joined me. The body's cells need glucose, which is our energy, and you can't get it without the insulin, which is the key that unlocks the system, which is the basic, very vague, childlike explanation of how pets get diabetes. If it builds up in the blood, this is hyperglycemia, when they have high blood sugar. And I know that because of my metabolism, it's quite rapid. And if I don't eat every few hours, my blood sugar gets low and I feel lightheaded and I want to pass out. And I've been into the doctor and, hi Margot, and I know that I don't have diabetes, but I do get low blood sugar sometimes, so I have to always have food with me in case I get a bout of low blood sugar or I forget to eat. I even have non-perishable food in my car in case I need to eat on the road in between my clients, but it's another one of those pet conditions, hi Margot, that's not easily prevented, but with the right diet, the rates would be much lower. And I have done a live video on pet obesity, and the rates are just disgusting. It's pretty sad. I know the pet obesity rates in the United States are higher than in Canada, so at least that's something. But the number of pets and owners that I talk to who either don't walk their pet at all, feed their pet food from the grocery store, or their dog just never gets exercised or goes outside is beyond me. I mean, I understand if your dog is smaller and it's an inside dog, but most dogs like going outside, and some cats do too. I have a client who lets her cats play in the backyard during the day, but it's not that hard, and honestly the obesity rates of people in the United States and Canada are a lot higher than it should be. I'm not going to say than we would like it to be, but our health is one of the main things in our life we can't control, and if you need to, or if you feel like you need more control in your life, giving yourself a plan on, not very, very stringent plan, but a plan on how to eat better, exercise at least X many times a week, 2 or 3 times, go for a 30-minute walk every day, play in the backyard with your cat, dog, go for a horseback ride, just get outside. Because the amount of times I see new clients with diabetes, obesity, all of these pet conditions, it breaks my heart. And I know a lot of people do research into these things, but a lot of times they don't even know about it until their pet already has it. So it's something that we can really consider more. It's like when you get a child, you want to make sure they have all the right nutrients and things like that so they stay as healthy as possible. But yet people are willing to feed their pet food from the grocery store that cost $20 a bag. So something to consider. Margot says, I have one cat who prefers to spend a lot of time outside. The other one rarely likes to go out, but she doesn't eat much either. Yes, the more they exercise, a lot of times the more they'll eat as well. Which, if you have a very big pet, can be expensive, but they're healthier because they're flushing things through their system faster, which also helps them detox, because they also sweat when they exercise. So that's something else to consider. And yes, some cats don't like to go outside, and that's fine. They have a lot of inside toys. That's always something to entertain them with. I was talking to one of my friends, Janice, and her bird, when she goes out of her pen, likes to bite on toys and things, and occasionally her finger. So I suggested some toys for outside of her bird cage just to entertain her, because I remember having a bird when I was in grade 12, and I used to get bit quite a few times. But if they have little things to entertain them, then it gets rid of that destructive energy and not aggression, but just overexcitedness that brings down their level and makes them easier to manage. So, if nobody has any questions, I have some more work to do. But you're always welcome to send me questions at any time. I am around. Sometimes it takes me a little bit to get back, just because I'm in the house, out of the house, around Wi-Fi with clients, out in the forest. I'm all over the board. But thanks for hanging out with me, Margot. I think the next pet video is next month. December doesn't actually have a lot of pet holidays. It is Cat Lovers Month, and Mutt Day is on the 2nd, but I am teaching Animal Reiki on December 2nd. The last day to sign up is the 27th, which is Monday, because I have to make sure I have the supplies for everyone. I'm starting to get really excited. So if you do want to sign up, the 27th is the last day, and I hope that people want to come because it's so much fun. And thank you for all the little hearts, Margot. I will see you on Wednesday, but everyone else, I will probably see you. If I don't see you at the Reiki class, then I will see you sometime in December. I hope you are getting your crazy Black Friday sales on, because it's going to be absolutely nuts around here. I think that's all I have to say. I will talk to you guys later.